Not here to make fun of anyone or mock anyone, just trying to share this experience that I had and tell everyone how peaceful and friendly you were, only with your permission and God's permission. So basically, after Kumbh, I was there in Banaras for 2 days, right? And we were roaming around the ghats, all different kinds of ghats, trying out the food and everything. And there is this ghat called the Manikarnika Ghat, where a lot of bodies are burned. That's the burning ground, basically. Deceased are taken there and they're burned there. And it's become like a tourist spot now. It's become like a place where a lot of people go and take videos. People will be standing there, they're taking videos, watching everything. So even we went there. The people who took me there, they also were a little uncomfortable sometimes, but I was like, no, it's fine, everything is going to be okay, there's nothing there to get scared and stuff. So we went there. And I was also taking a video, and the whole place looked peaceful and everything. You can actually go on top. You have to pay a little bit of money. They're also making money over there now. You have to pay money and you have to go on top and see the entire view, the aerial view from top. And I was there with a very good intention. I was just there to view the whole thing, right, peacefully. And then I came back, like we were hanging around in the streets having some food and stuff, and then I came back to my room. And it was already, I guess, 11:30 or so. And I came back to my room and I was trying to sleep peacefully. And about like in 10 minutes down, I was lying in my bed and I felt like there is something in the room. There is some presence in the room. And I completely ignored it, basically. I completely ignored it, and I was trying to sleep because I was very tired. I wanted to rest. I was traveling so much. And I completely ignored the whole thing and I was trying to sleep. I slept for like an hour or so, and it was already 1 o'clock by then. And there was some noises in the room, like a little bit of noises in the inside the room and outside the room. That whole area also had monkeys. So monkeys started making noise outside the balcony, etc. And I was kind of wondering why monkeys are making noise right now, because usually they won't make sound at like 1 a.m. and stuff. And it's like these lot of crying noises and all started happening inside the room and outside the room, etc. And I was still wondering, what's up, and still ignoring because I wanted to sleep. I was like, I really am tired. I want to sleep at any cost. So I was completely ignoring the whole thing. And finally the light went out. There was a light, there was like a lamp out in the room in the corner on the other side. I'm having a little bit of trouble speaking about it even right now, I guess. Sometimes there is some influence. So there was this lamp on the other side of the room and it suddenly went out. And that is when I felt a little alarmed and I was like, okay, now let me get up and see what's up. I switched on the lights, and then the light came back. The other light came back. And they basically got my attention. Finally they got my attention. I knew that some kind of presence is there, 100% sure, because these kind of things I have felt before, long back. Many years ago I felt such experiences. But in a very long time these things have not happened. So that is why I was like, okay, I recognize this feeling immediately. And I was like, okay, some kind of presence is there in the room. And I immediately get up, because I'm not blaming them or anything, because I know that they're doing that just to get my attention. Maybe they wanted to communicate with me. So I just get up, I sit on the bed, and I look at that corner of that room in the other side, and try to have a conversation or something. I'm trying to tell them, please leave, leave and go back to where you've come from. You don't belong here. Please don't disturb me, because I'm here, trying to sleep, and I really haven't harmed anybody. So I need to sleep. Please leave. And whilst I was a little mad maybe, and while saying all of that, I was a little harsh. The whole energy came out a little harsh. And that is when I get this message saying that please don't be harsh at them. They have just crossed over. They're a spirit that has just crossed over, and they are, looking for some amount of consolation, some amount of peace from you. And they have recognized you at the the burning grounds. And they have followed you back to your place. That is why. And they've sort of just followed you back. So please don't be harsh, but try to be compassionate instead and see what you can do. And that is when I calm down a little bit. Of course, naturally, I also will be a little, panicky, because I'm all alone by myself over there, and I have nobody to tell anything. Nobody is going to come at that hour or anything. And I knew what I had to do. So I sit up and I immediately start off with my Hanuman Chalisa. I hope my voice is audible. I'm trying to speak a little soft. I'm not very loud right now. So I start off with my mantras, the Hanuman Chalisa, etc., and other mantras, just to remove the negative feeling that I am feeling. Suddenly I was feeling kind of a little low. And I took out my incense and stuff. I tried to get that positive energy back into the room, because the feeling that I was getting was very low. It was like this very, very, grief-stricken feeling. Like the lowest point of anybody that anyone could feel is what? It could be death, I guess, right? When somebody is trying to cross over, who has just left Earth, how sad will they feel? It was a very, very bad feeling, a very, very sad feeling that suddenly was there in the room now. Okay, and I felt it for 2 minutes, and I decided that I'm not going to get consumed by it. I don't want to feel that. And what can I do about it then? I immediately thought, because this presence is there, it's sharing this space with me, I need to throw my positive energy back at them now to make them feel good, because until the time they are here with me, till the time they are sharing this space with me, I'm going to keep going down. Otherwise, I'm going to keep feeling lower and lower. Otherwise, it's going to take everybody down. If there were 10 people also in the room, they would all feel the same thing. They would really go low. Right? But I decided, okay, let me throw my positive energy back on them. And I started having conversations with them, trying to make them realize that they have crossed over into a new journey, into a new path, into a new, beginning, sort of. It's not the death, it's not ending, but it's a new beginning that they need to look forward to. Although it's beyond my expectation, beyond my understanding, even how any kind of spirit can feel over there. It must be very, very sad. It must be very, very difficult. I cannot understand really, but I was just trying to make them understand that, you have to look into the future now. Don't be stuck in this world. You have left, you're beyond it now. Please cross over, please try to leave, and be happy that you have started your journey already. All of us are anyway going to go. You have just left a little early, so please don't be sad. I was trying to have conversations, and I was trying to just make that entity feel a little happy. I could not see it, but I can feel it very strongly. The presence was strong, and you can feel it. Whoever can feel it. Okay, it was there, and I was like, what can I do? And at some point, I felt that I should share the grief with that spirit for some time, and I even cried for 10 minutes with it, to acknowledge their pain, to acknowledge what they would have gone through. I don't know exactly how they crossed over, how they ended their life, but it is some amount of a lot of pain that they were feeling. So I wanted to share it so that they can feel a little light. And I could feel it that it's a female spirit, it's a female energy that was there. Okay, and then after that I was like, okay, let me put some other kind of music, other spiritual music, mantras, etc., that are used for people who are no longer here, who are used for, which is used for crossing over, etc. I tried to play all that music, and then I left. I immediately took a shower. I was like, no, the shower was pending. I hadn't taken a shower. Usually you should take a shower when you go to such places and come back home. I took a shower. I washed even all my clothes that I had worn, that I wore when I went there, all of that. And then I came back, And I was, of course, a little startled, but I was asking my guides that will they come back? Will they come back to have a conversation with me, or will they keep following me now? What is it? And they said, no, it's fine. Whatever you did was okay, and they are not going to keep following you now. It's fine. Like you don't have to worry, and you've handled the situation fine. So don't worry. You handled it pretty well. That is what I received as a message. And then I was like, okay. And after that only, it was like 3 in the morning. And I had another place to go at 3. We had to go to the Vishwanath temple. Basically, there's a huge line outside the temple. You have to go for like a 1 hour line. You have to stand in a queue. So at 3, my queue had to start. And of course, I left for the queue. But all of that went on for like 2 hours, from 1 to 3 in that room. And why am I bringing out this thing, my experience? I'm sharing this experience with people is because a lot of people want to be on this spiritual path nowadays. A lot of people want to get close to God, etc. But as soon as they hear the word spirit, they'll be shaking in their pants. They'll be like, okay, we don't want to hear it. They'll be really scared. But the whole point of spirituality is to connect with spirit. Your spirit, whichever, however it is, So because that is why the word spirit is there in spirituality. You have to connect with spirit. And how will you connect with anything if you are so scared always? I know of people who even go to church, even in my own family. They go to the church, they do everything. They read the Bible every day. They do everything righteously, but they can't sleep alone at night. They are very fearful. They can't do a lot of things because they're constantly in fear. And that makes me feel that maybe they are not doing something right. That something is not very right what they're doing. They have to do it in a better way, because the whole point of doing this is that you must let go of all kinds of fear. Fear of spirit, fear of being alone, fear of not getting attention, etc., etc. A lot of people can't sit alone for even 1 minute because they are either fearful of many things, not getting enough validation and things, right? So that is why I was trying to bring out this whole experience. And time and again, of course I know this, but time and again these kind of experiences, these kind of events have only proved this to me, that any kind of being, whether it is living or dead, they are only looking for compassion. Anything can be sorted out with compassion, with showing genuine love, instead of panicking, even I went on to that a little bit of panic mode initially, right? I was also a little mad because my sleep was getting ruined, but eventually I understood that it's not going to go like that. They're going to be pissed off at me, I guess. So I need to take the compassionate route, and then maybe it will get sorted. So time and again it has been proved to me, and it has been shown to me that whoever it is living or dead, whatever kind of entities, animals, etc., they all are looking for some kind of compassion, some kind of love. And if we go with that approach, then nothing can harm you. If you have a pure heart, right, if you have no wrong intentions, you will never be harmed. You will only attract fear if you are fearful. Fear attracts fear. Sadness attracts more sadness. So if you are in a vibration of fulfillment and happiness and just being very carefree and happy, a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative things just will not touch you. They will just pass by, they will just go over. So that is the whole thing that has happened, and that is what I wanted to basically bring out. And these entities, like media and movies, etc., they have always shown them in a very wrong way, in a villainous way, where we think that every time an entity comes or any spirit comes, they are just going to come and kill us only. They are just going to come and attack us. But we don't realize that they are anyway there all around us. They never bother us, actually. They always mind their own business. They don't care. But they will come and change something in your environment only when they are desperate. Only when they are desperate, only when they want to have a conversation, only when they really needs some help from you, maybe, that is when it happens. And that is what I have realized a lot of times. So we need to also not be so fearful, and not think that all kinds of entities, all kinds of spirits that are there around us are always going to harm us. So that is the whole message. It's basically called Manikarnika Ghat. And another thing that happened is that I had taken this video, right? So I got this whole feeling that I must delete the video immediately. When I was 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the whole process, when I got up and I switched on the lights and I was sitting down, I was really feeling this energy, very intense presence. A lot of signs are there when you will know when you're feeling such stuff, like your hair on the hands and all will stand, etc. You'll get goosebumps, and a lot of intense emotional feelings will happen. So I immediately deleted the video in my phone from the folders, etc. Because it's like when you capture somebody's soul, it's like you captured a small part of that person. I was just capturing a lot of different people maybe, but somebody's thing got captured, and that is the connection point, that is the bond that got formed. It was like an attachment that got formed, and they felt like, okay, you have something of mine. Maybe they didn't like it, so they also came to make me feel like you should remove it or something. So as soon as I realized this download came, that you must delete the video from your phone because that is the point of attachment, I immediately deleted. And as soon as I deleted, I felt so relieved. I felt like, yes, that particular connection has broken. And so that is the whole thing. These kind of small things are there that you might want to keep a check on when you have such kind of experiences. And I didn't tell this to anybody. Maybe I just spoke about it to one person, to one friend, and we laughed it off. We didn't bother about it, and there was no negative feeling, like I know that they are not following me now. I don't have to make a big deal out of it. I don't have to cry around saying, oh, okay, some horror story happened. No, it happened, and it's over, and we've moved on, right? So because they have also, I think, moved on. It was just a small encounter of a couple of hours, and it got over like that. Nothing to make a big deal out of it also, and I've also forgotten about it almost. And today I just felt like sharing this story just as an experience about what had happened. So that is it is.